YouTube, what's going on? My name is Anthony, and I'm the Admirable Atheist. So, this video is going to be a little bit different because I don't have a script, and I'm just doing this on the fly at the moment. I just wanted to talk about a few other reasons why I'm an atheist, why I don't believe in, the Judeo-Christian God, even though I live in, the United States, and like 77 or 71% of the population is Christian. But yeah, I'm just gonna get into the reasons as to why I don't believe what they believe, because it's crazy. So reason number one, it doesn't make any sense. When you look at all the different religions that exist or ever have existed, you suddenly see that there are all these people who used to live who believed in their religion with such, ferocity and such zealot that they thought their religion had to be the only one religion. But when you go from many different cultures and different time periods, and suddenly you see that everyone believes something a little bit different, and they all think they're right, when you try and figure everything out, if one of them is at least one right, and only one of their religions, out of the many thousands of them that are right, or at least say they're right, if only one of them are right, then that's statistically almost impossible for humans to find, especially if it's one of the older religions. So, if you're here in the 21st century, it's 2015 when I'm recording this right now, and if the Roman gods were the only gods that were really, really right, I mean, everybody else was wrong, only the Roman gods were right, then that's 7 billion people who just went down the drain and are going to be swimming in Roman hell. I don't really know very much about Roman religion, but they'd all of us would pretty much be in Roman hell right now, because we all picked the wrong gods. And it's a cultural thing. If you look at what your culture is wherever you live, it tends to be that whatever the dominant religion is there, everyone just believes in that religion, even though there are other religions out there that are probably even a little bit better. It's funny. It's weird. I can't really say anything about that anymore. Secondly, their gods should judge them not based on how much faith they had and how much they believed in their God, but they should be judged on what kind of life they lived. For example, they shouldn't. If we had this girl named Julie, and she was a really, really nice girl, she didn't believe in any gods, but she was the nicest, kindest girl everyone has ever met. She would just, go up, walk up, help people who were clearly in need, help people who clearly weren't in need, just people who were living their lives but don't believe in their God, or don't believe in their family's God, or their country's God, or whatever God that's out there. They shouldn't be punished, because it doesn't make any sense. They're living a great life. They're doing nice things for other people. There's no reason to punish someone like that who's clearly a good person. Now, flip the coin on its head and go to people who are religious fundamentalists, who are fanatic about their God. They think their God is completely right, and their God's the only God. But they make life miserable for everyone else who lives here on Earth. I think that's a terrible thing to do, because you think you're doing good, but you're really not, and it just doesn't make any sense how a God could justify punishing someone who doesn't believe, but makes a great life, versus not punishing someone who totally believes in them, but they live a terrible life, and they make life miserable for other people. This is a ridiculous God, and I can't believe something so, horrid. It's terrible. That would be a terrible God. Okay, my third reason for not believing in any God, and by the way, this list is not exhaustive, not even a little bit. I mean, there are tons of reasons. I can go on and on, but there's just, a few random reasons that I just feel like I should, kind of talk about. Third reason, number 3, D, is that... I forget. Hold on. Someone who lives... Okay, let's take Johnny, and let's take Beth. Beth doesn't believe in any God, and she lives her life... she's really nice, and She does everything, she's not bad, she doesn't kill anybody, she doesn't rape anybody, she doesn't gossip about people, she just lives a good life, and then she dies. Take Johnny, though. Johnny, is the complete foil of Beth. He's completely bad, he doesn't do anything, he's never really good at all, but he's all up for Jesus. He's all up for Jesus. Now, when you think about what happens in the Christian religion, they say that when you die, you have either two places to go. If we're talking about Protestantism, you have two places to go: heaven, which is good, or hell, which is supposed to be really bad. But when you think about all the possibilities, you find out that an atheist has a lot less reason to be mad or mean at people or kill someone. So let's assume we're all atheists here, yeah, and we don't think that you think that when you die you just become stardust. If you lived your life that way, you would suddenly think about other people a lot more than what you think about them now. So if Johnny were to kill someone, he wouldn't think that would be totally bad. At least, I'm sure he might think it's a little bit bad, but in his heart he would say, oh, well, it doesn't really matter, I'm still up for Jesus, so all my sins will just be washed away like Hitler or something, and I'll just be able to go on to live in heaven, even though, just because I have a good faith in God. And I think that's terrible that he can get away with something like that, because Beth, she died, but she lived a great life, and if one God turned out to be right, and Johnny's God apparently was the right one, it wouldn't make any sense for her to get punished and for him not to be punished, and it just makes more sense. As an atheist, life is much more sacred, because that if you kill someone, that's terrible. Like you just robbed them of 60, 40, 20 extra years of their life that they could have had, and you stole away from that. But if you are a Christian, or you just live in some kind of religion, if you kill someone, you're just kind of like, oh well, they're gonna die, but they're gonna die anyways, and I probably put them in a better place because they're probably with Jesus now, or they're probably with the Prophet Muhammad, or they're probably I don't really know that Jesus, the Jewish prophet, I don't think they have one. I don't really know. I don't know very much about that Judaism at all, but life is just more sacred when you don't believe in an afterlife, because you have a lot more initiative to be kind to people, because this is it. This is the only life you got. YOLO. This is the only time you have. So you have to make it worth living, and you have to be nice to people, because if you don't, you look around and you realize, like, oh, people who are mean to each other, they hurt each other, and they spread hurt, and you know that you can't do that and be happy about anything after that. So that's that. Well, I think that's it for today. My name is Anthony. I'm the Admirable Atheist. I'll see you later.